Hello guys. Right, well I've finished for the day, so I thought I'd come outside and make a drink on the stove rather than use a kettle. Nice evening, why not? It's just a bit of washing up liquid. Just to stop it any soot getting to the bottom of the can. It's only a cheap aluminium kettle from, I believe, Tesco's. And, good old favourite, the 58 pattern water bottle. Right. There we are. Another few minutes. And I should have a nice kettle of hot water for the hot chocolate. Apologies if you can hear the dual carriageway in the background. I don't know how loud it's going to be over my voice, so apologies for that in front. Also, I wanted to clarify some of my thoughts on social media, on new tech for communications. If the stove's not gone out, just bear with me a second. Some of the twigs burnt away quicker than I expected. Got the old Gerber LMF. I know it's a bit overkill for some dried elder, but I thought, why not? Dig it out, give it a bit of a play. It's a nice little knife, but it cost a fair whack. £120 I believe these retail for, new. If you can afford them, they are a nice toy. If you can't, obviously, and try and find someone second hand like I did. Right, so as I was saying, social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, they're good tools potentially. They're wonderful tools. Tell all your friends, hello, welcome the new arrival to our family, as one of my friends did recently. Him and his partner told all their friends within one post. So I don't know how quickly it took everybody to hear it, but they did. So again, excellent tool for something like that. Just using the sawback serrations, first half of the blade. It's just like the Gerber Bear Grylls. It's more expensive than the Gerber Bear Grylls, but it was very similar. I believe, I wouldn't say absolute because I wasn't in the design meetings, but I believe this is what they based the Bear Grylls on. Obviously the Bear Grylls was a lot cheaper. Get it from somewhere like blades.co.uk for about 60 quid. So social media, an excellent tool, and if you can afford the time and you want to play Candy Crush Saga or Mercenaries at War or any one of a million games, yeah, it's a handy diversion. Alright, now please forgive me because I'm going to cheat at this point. I know hexamine tablets aren't exactly environmentally friendly, but kindly wanted to come out for 10 minutes while I spoke to you guys. So what I'm using here, it's the wild wood gas stove. In theory, once the wood starts burning, the smoke the wood gives off, it will circulate, come out of some vents right at the top, and these vents will preheat air. Just carbon dioxide, oxygen, nitrogen. So the preheated air mixes with the gas, the oxygen, essentially gives you a secondary burn, which pretty much uses up all the carbon, so you shouldn't, in theory, have any soot on the bottom of your pan. And you shouldn't have much smoke given off. Now, as you can see, there's not much at all. Right, so recently, in the last day or so, I've made a few comments on some groups on Facebook with that in mind about social media. It's not that I'm not a fan. I use Facebook, and I use it probably far too much. But most of the time, it's general chit chat with people you've never met on groups. Bushcraft groups, outdoors groups. If you're, I don't know, if you're into your classic cars, maybe there's a Mark 1 Escort group you can have. Just talk amongst yourself with other Mark 1 Escort fans. It's great in its way, but people spend far too much time on Facebook updating the world about their travels, and yeah, it is good to show all your photos to the world. 20 years ago you'd have taken your snapshots from the Caribbean to work and bawled all your friends. Some of them would have gone ooh and ah, and yeah, you'd have all had a good natter about your wonderful holiday. But today we've got to the point where if you have a breakfast on your way into work, you'll take a photo of it, upload it to Facebook or Twitter or whatever else people are using, and yeah, it's people aren't interested in that sort of thing anymore. So I wouldn't say it's a counter-revolution. I have other things on my mind. I don't want to see what people are having for breakfast, nor do I want to know that you're about to sit down and watch Star Trek for the 14th episode of a marathon you decided to watch. That's fine, but you need to live your own life. If you don't lead your own life away from social media, you run a very big risk of becoming dependent on it. In this day and age, we often forget that we live our own life. It's a reasonably short one, 60 or 70 years, more if you're exceptionally lucky. We need to fill it with our own experiences, not live off the fact that last week you antagonised somebody in America, or enjoy looking at photos of somebody else has taken in the Grand Canyon. You need to go out and get those experiences for yourself. Right, so excuse me for a moment. It looks like my water's done. But one of the things that made me laugh about the History Channel programme alone that's been on recently, several of the contestants took ferro rods and umbilicals, understandable. Most of them were sat on the coast with no fresh water. Now, being in England, a lot of us like tea, and some of these kettles come with a nice little I don't know what you call that, a basket that you can sit tea leaves in and leave it to steep. Very handy. But the other thing with one of these kettles, you've got a 3/4 inch spout here, and as you just saw when that was boiling, maybe add a little bit more fuel. Dried grass, I know it's cheeky, but it will burn. It will also smoke quite a bit because it's not totally dry. There we are. As I say, this is only elder. Even damp, this will burn. This was trimmed off a tree about a month ago, so it's nice and dry, which is why it's burning up quite quickly. Right, so as your steam comes out of your kettle, what you have there is you have half of a still. Now, for those of you that aren't aware, a still is what they use in a distillery to make vodka, gin, whiskey and other such evil liquors that you'd never catch me drinking at all, but only because I don't have the time. The doctor once told me I should finish everything I start. Unfortunately, I've still not gotten round to finishing the Jack Daniels and Captain Morgan's I've got in the cupboard. So once you have your kettle, all you need, plastic tube coming off it, a foot, 2 feet, coming down into a collection pot. The old 58 mug would work nicely. And in fact, I'm going to kill this because the smoke's getting in my eye because I'm sat downwind of it because I'm a moron. So, if you can imagine the tube coming into here, then wrapped around the tube, yesterday's t-shirt, just keep it wet, and that, for anybody that's not familiar with purifying water, will not only make salt water drinkable, it will also make any dirty water, with some exceptions. I wouldn't advise taking it straight out of the sewer, but it will disinfect it, and what you're essentially doing is you're trapping the steam, and the steam will be pure water, or rather pure water vapour. Right. So that's what, if you decide to go on next year's alone, take a kettle and some tubing. It's still a little bit warm. It'll let me, yeah, still a little bit warm. Not surprisingly, it's just been on fire. There we are, a nice cup of hot chocolate. The virgin burn from the wood gas stove, and briefly my views on social media, which good communication tool, misused by most people. Now I'll leave you with this little piece of advice. Whatever you're doing, put down your mobile phone, get off your laptop or your PC, walk away from your computer, even watching YouTube through your smart TV. Put it down and spend 10 minutes, if you're able, in your back garden. If not, save up those 10 minutes, and later on this evening just walk to the nearest park, spend half an hour next to a tree. And the reason I'm saying this is because it's been scientifically proven by smart men than me, I'm just a tree surgeon, that spending time around trees will elongate your life by hours. So if you spend half an hour tonight next to a tree, that might just staple 2 hours on the end of your life in a couple of years' time. Or, you know, it won't if you just sit in front of social media and look at somebody else's holiday snaps or their adventures. Go make your own. And I won't sound malicious. They've enjoyed their holiday, or their adventure. Now you have to go and do that. I mean, don't have to take my advice. I mean, look at where I am. I'm in my own backyard. It's not very adventurous, is it really? But don't do as I do. Do as I say. Good luck. God bless.